Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Hunter here, and today I'm joined by one of our flute and guitar teachers, Oren. So thanks for joining us, Oren.
Hey, Hunter. Hey, everybody.
And so we always ask everybody, how they initially got started in their music career. And so, did you start off on playing the flute or guitar, or how did you get introduced to music?
Thanks for asking. Actually, I got started with percussion and hand drums,
Oh, okay.
and from there, yeah, taught myself the basics of keyboard and guitar, and that was when I was a teenager.
Mhm.
And then actually kind of put it all down when I left my hometown, and actually percussion was the first instrument that I picked up again and took seriously, playing for Afro-Cuban percussion ensembles and West African dance classes.
Cool. Okay.
Um, yeah, then I proceeded to pursue flute and a degree in flute where I focused on my Western classical music. Um, when I first picked up the flute, I was improvising, playing a lot of jazz and flute, but then I took the academic route and pursued chamber music, and mostly the music of J.S. Bach in particular. That's all I played for a few years on the flute.
Okay.
Really grabbed me that
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
then, when did you get, at what point did you start playing guitar?
Guitar I picked up when I went back to do my music degree, which was in 2005 at Marylhurst University in Oregon. So I began my studies in music therapy,
Okay.
guitar being one of the clinical instruments. So I picked it up again and took some formal classes there, and also pursued it on my own. And interestingly, when I finished my flute degree in 2012, I actually sort of put down the flute and took up the guitar as a primary instrument, and the flute kind of fell into the background. Um, I would still maintain. I felt like the skills were well mastered at
Yeah.
that point, and just for my own process, I really felt like having to pursue the guitar and voice as well in songwriting at that point.
Yeah. And so that's awesome. And I was going to ask you too about you're also a songwriter, right?
That's right. I first before I wrote songs, I wrote poetry, and I had an old
Oh.
friend back in the day used to say, "Poems ain't songs, and songs ain't poems." So I kind of had a block in my head around that.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until the point that I mentioned when I went back to school and got really into the music of Bob Dylan, then I started realizing, aha, poems can be songs. And sort of worked through a block that I had, within myself, a block to my own creativity.
Yeah.
And at that point, I began actually setting some of my old writing, which were poems, to songs, and began writing intentional song lyrics as well, and the chords and everything as
Hmm.
well.
Cool. Yeah, I know Bob Dylan's he's an amazing lyricist.
Oh yeah.
But then, so what types of styles do you find yourself writing most commonly?
Uh, a lot of people tell me that my songs sound a lot like Dylan, and it's a big surprise. For myself as a music student, I'm always inclined to select somebody who I feel has mastered the particular instrument and field that I'm studying, and
Sure.
kind of follow what they're doing on
Yeah.
blind faith, if you will. And Bob Dylan was the guy for my guitar and singing. In fact, one of the first songs I wrote um, was to his song "Isis." And
Hmm.
that's actually part of the folk tradition. It was actually reading Bob Dylan's autobiography where he talked about doing the same thing with Woody Guthrie. He would take one of Guthrie's songs, change the lyrics, and there he's got his own song. It's kind of a way of paying homage, actually,
Yeah.
to the people that you revere. So that was one of my first tunes, and yeah, they kind of all sort of follow in that vein, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's awesome. And you're right. I think that is a good way to pay homage. And then the last question I got for you, Oren, is, you're very passionate about music. Obviously, you're very talented. Why do you like sharing and teaching that with others?
Well, I love seeing people get empowered with the inherent value of music. It's such a powerful tool for self-expression, um, and creativity. It's an outlet. It's a way to build your self-esteem, free up your voice, um, and even the simplest things. I love seeing students, whatever age, whatever place on the scale they may be, attain a simple or a grand accomplishment, and just see them light up, feeling so
Mhm.
good about themselves,
Yeah.
something that they can do, and then offer somebody else, and the chain of inspiration just keeps on going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this is for another time, but I mean, we're talking about your music therapy before this. And
Yeah.
what you're just saying about like being able to express your emotions, you can help people do that through music. But like I said, that's for another time. So that's all we're going to do for today, Oren. And so to our viewers out there, I'm going to put a link to Oren's profile so we can put you guys in contact with each other, take some lessons. But Oren, thank you very much for that.
Thank you for your time, Hunter.
Absolutely.